you guys. So after you pass your basic demo, you will be asked to do your demo lesson, and there are 3 options to complete your demo lesson. 2 of them you will find in your portal, and 1 of them you can only find if you use your phone. So if you download the VIPKID teacher app, then you can access the smart demo lesson, which takes 10 minutes to complete. They give you 5 questions, and each question they give you 90 seconds to respond. And then after you complete all of the questions, you can record your smart demo, and it should take 2.5 minutes because you're only teaching 1 slide. Well, before you guys can complete your demo classes, I want to teach you guys how to set up your classroom and how easy and simple it can be. So I'm just going to show you guys where I teach and how to do it. Alright, let's get started. Let's go. Alright, you guys, so for your classroom, you're going to want excellent lighting. So in this room, I have this light, and it makes my face and the whole class kind of yellow and dark. But what I love about teaching in here is that the wall is white, and when I record myself in the classroom, it's very clear. There aren't any shadows or distractions. So I recommend trying to find a room where the walls are painted white, because that will help give you great lighting. And if you guys can't do that, then try and use like light bulbs and like lamps that will help you guys with the lighting. Put that in front of you. You're also going to want a background. So for my background, I have these posters, and I have the All About Today. I have a couple of stickers, and I have this poster from NASA. So I live in Alabama, and one of the things about Alabama is NASA. So this helps me tell my students about where I live. And then here I don't really have anything. It's herbs and spices. I kind of just put little tiny props up there. And then you can see I have my laptop, my headphones, and then I have a desk, and I have a chair. Alright, so just make sure for your classroom you have a beautiful background where the kids can see everything, and you have good lighting, and there's enough space for you. I'm going to show you guys how to set up your classroom with Dollar Tree materials, so you guys don't have to spend a lot of money. And I'm going to show you guys like the props I use for the demo lesson. Alright, that's it. Alright, so for your classroom, you're going to want to decorate it. And if you don't have any decorations, the easiest thing you can do is buy a couple from the Dollar Tree, so that your class looks nice and it looks like you are actually serious about this job. So one of the things you can buy from the Dollar Tree is these little letters, and this is something I bought for my very first classroom back when I was teaching in North Carolina. And you're just going to hang these or tape them onto your wall. I recommend just like 1 row, but you can decorate however you wish. Just make sure it looks nice and it's straight and it's aligned. This, a whiteboard. You're going to want a whiteboard so that you can write and you can teach the lesson. And if you need to blend letters, you can write like mug, M-U-G, M-U-G, mug. So a whiteboard will come in handy for the demo and for future lessons. So this is like an investment. And then another thing I got was a map. So maybe the letters don't fill up your wall and you're gonna want something more educational or something to fill up the blank space. You can buy this little map, and it will help decorate your wall. So far we have $3. And then for your demo lesson, you can choose the reward that you want. in class, you give out 5 stars. So you say, when you do a good job, you get a star. But for the demo lesson, you will not be giving out stars. You will be giving out your own reward. I think on the lesson they have soccer balls. You give them a soccer ball. But the reward is something that you can do, and you can pick anything that you want. As long as it totals up to 5 or more if you want, then you're good to go. So I bought these flowers because there's exactly 5 flowers, and I'm going to cut them up, and I'm going to put them in this glass vase. So you can buy a vase at the Dollar Tree, and then you can buy the flowers, and just when they're done at the end of the class, you can show them that they've earned 5 flowers, and throughout the class you can give them 1 flower, just 1 flower, and fill up the vase as you go. So that's one idea. You can also give them toys, you can give them stars, you can give them little animals. Maybe you have a lot of stuffed animals at home, and you can give them like a teddy bear, a cheetah, anything that you guys want, just as long as it's cute and it helps the kids stay focused. And for the purpose of this demo lesson, you are going to be teaching the word sad, the emotions. So I got these. This one's happy and this one's sad. If you don't find these, you can also make them with some construction paper. You cut out a circle, you make a sad face, and then you cut out another circle and you make a happy face. And you will use like a popsicle stick, and you will show the emotion sad and happy. These will also help like in the future when you're asking, how are you today? So these will help. So far I've invested $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7. And then last but not least, I also got some flashcards. So maybe you don't have a printer, but these flashcards have the words ball, and it has the word boy, bounce, and run. So any flashcards will help, like letter flashcards, number flashcards. I got these because they included some of the vocabulary we are teaching for the demo. You can also print out. So I will send you guys like a PDF that you guys can print and cut with the vocabulary that we are going to use for this demo lesson. So that's all the material you are going to need, I think. So to show you guys, I'm going to kind of make the classroom with the material I got from the Dollar Tree, so you guys can kind of see what a Dollar Tree classroom will look like. It's all under $10, and it will help you guys pass your demo lesson. It'll show that you guys are professional and you guys are serious about this job, and you guys have invested into like teaching for VIPKID. So another thing that I recommend is to save your receipt. In the future, when you have to do your taxes, you can use your receipts and you can use what you bought towards the deductions. Alright, so another thing, make sure you have headphones or you have like earbuds with a working mic. Make sure you have a laptop, a comfortable chair, and make sure your computer or your phone, whichever one you're using, is charged. And now I'm going to show you guys the Dollar Tree classroom. Alright, let's go. So this is what the classroom looks like after I used the decorations from the Dollar Tree. I took down all the previous posters, I put the map up, and I put the letters up. Notice how they are straight and the poster is as flat as it can be. So you don't want it to look wrinkly. It's a little bit wrinkly, but it was a lot more wrinkly when I took it out of the little package. So try and flatten it out and make sure it looks good on camera. Put the letters up, and then another recommendation is to use these little push pins, because if you use tape, the tape sometimes won't hold up, and the stickiness, I don't know what happens, but it just comes off, and so your posters are gonna basically fall on you. And that actually did happen to me, not during my demo lesson, but during one of my classes. My poster just fell on top of me, and the parent actually laughed. So it was okay, but it was a bit embarrassing. So make sure you use like the little push pins or something that can keep it on and let it stick on there for a longer time. So that's that. And then over here, I have all of the items that I'm going to use for the demo lesson. I have the flashcard that says run. I have the happy and sad emojis. You can break the stick and then it'll glow, but I'm not going to do that for now. And then on the whiteboard, I wrote down my name and it says Teacher Marlene. You can put a happy face or you can put a star, kind of makes it a little bit friendlier. And then for the reward system, I cut the flowers out, so now I have 5 flowers and I can give them a flower for each time that they do a good job. And yeah, so that's basically the gist. So make sure you have good lighting, you have a clean background, and you are good to go. So in a little bit, I'm going to show a screenshot of what this classroom would appear like to the students. So one of the keys and the main goal here is to make sure that the class actually doesn't feel like you're in your house. It doesn't feel like you're in the closet or in the living room or in the dining room. For the kid, you want it to feel like they are actually in a classroom. So there are some teachers who teach in their dining room. There are some teachers who teach in closets. Some teachers who teach in a full bedroom. There are lots of teachers who teach in the bathroom, where they buy like a pretty shower curtain, and it may have like zoo animals or it might have a map, and they use their shower curtain as the background, but the child never knows that they are in like a bathroom because they make sure like the wrinkles are out, and they don't show like their bathtub, and they don't show their toilet. They just show the pretty shower curtain. So make sure that your classroom actually feels like it's a classroom. It doesn't feel like they are in your home. You don't want them to feel like they're in your house. You want them to feel like they are in a legit class. So a lot of my students are actually shocked when I have to go out and I show them, hey, look, this is my classroom. I teach in a closet. And they are pretty surprised. Obviously, don't tell them where you teach. Like when you're doing your demo lesson, don't tell them I'm in my living room, I'm in my dining room. So just make sure that you have a pretty background. There's good lighting. If you can, I recommend for the walls to be white because the white gives off better lighting, I think, personally. And when you write your name, I put Teacher Marlene. It will show up correct in the classroom. It won't be backwards, so it will actually read Teacher Marlene. Here, what I'm seeing is backwards. Maybe in the video it won't be, but when you actually teach, it will look correct. And put like a smiley face or something so that it seems friendly. I don't like this marker, so another thing I would recommend is to buy markers from the Dollar Tree, different ones, maybe more colorful ones, more like kid-friendly ones. And then I didn't like the eraser because it's so little, and in the class you're going to want to erase and write new stuff. So you have to do it as quickly as possible because it is a 25-minute classroom. For the demo, you are teaching for 5 minutes, and if you do the smart demo, it is 2.5 minutes. So I recommend using like Kleenex or like a napkin, something where you can quickly just wipe through it and erase quickly, and then you can write again. My reward system is kind of towards girls. So if you do have like a girly reward, it shouldn't matter, but if you do, then make sure that the student name you give is like a boy name. Just kidding, not a boy name, a girl name. And if you do like use a boy name, they usually don't care. The students don't care, but some students will call you out for giving them a girly reward. you can tell them like, you get a flower, and if it's a boy you can say, you will earn a flower for your mom. So that's something that you could do. And now I'm going to show you guys what this classroom will look like on the laptop. Just remember, good lighting, professional background, and you guys are good to go. All right. Okay, so that was the classroom. I shared a little screenshot, and once you guys have the classroom set up, then you guys are ready to actually start your demo. So make sure you buy props, make sure you buy a reward system, or maybe you already have a reward system and you already have some props like from your kids, or maybe you have dogs that have cute toys. You can use that. Just make sure your classroom is set up, you have good lighting, and then you can start recording. All of this costed less than $10 from the Dollar Tree, so you don't have to invest a lot. And if it doesn't work out, I guess you could return it. If it does work out, save the receipt so that you can use it towards your taxes in the future. So as a quick reminder, make sure you have great lighting, and make sure you have props, make sure you have a whiteboard, make sure you get a pretty background. Flashcards will help. These emojis will also help for the lesson. And just work with what you have. So don't go out buy an expensive desk or like an expensive chair. Work with what you have. If you don't have a desk, you can use like a coffee table or your dining room table. Just clear out the back and make sure that the background is presentable. Like this, where I'm recording right now, is a bad example, but in the classroom they only see the map, and that's what's important. Make sure they don't see stuff like this. It would not be good for your demo lesson. Or like having the letters down here, that's also not good. Just make sure that they see something pretty, like all of this and the letters. You might have to adjust your camera so that they see the part that you want them to see, or you might have to adjust it for shadows. Preferably you don't want any shadows behind you. And that's about it. So once you have your classroom set up, we can get started on the basic demo and we can move forward. All right, that's it. Have a good day.